Welcome back to the Be Ruthless Show. I'm your host, Sam Ruth. It is 5 years of the Be Ruthless Show. I still don't know how to do many things, including plug in my microphone, which is missing. If those of you can't hear me, I apologize. I have moved, but we are still showing up when life is chaotic. Joining me, we have Melissa Bowman, board member, lifelong friend. My dogs are going to bark. And we have Marianne from Big B, so much more than community member. She is a mom, a grandma. I don't know how that's possible. Married for 37 years, and you show up and do so much in the community. Thank you for making time, taking time out of personal and professional life to be here and talk about everything you do in Traverse City. There's something going on every day.
Yes, every day, every day. And we're here to give back to the community. They open their hearts, they open their homes, they open their life to us. And that's about the best thing in the world. When they walk in the door, if we can change their life and make them a little happier, that's what we're going to do.
There is currently a welcome basket promotion going on that is super special and something I haven't seen at other coffee shops. Do you want to talk a little bit about yourself before we get into that? Because you don't look like a grandma. And
Well,
you
thank
married
you.
to your high school sweetheart.
Yes, I am married to my high school sweetheart. He was actually the locker next to me for a couple of years, and then he asked me to prom, and we went to prom, and we've been together ever since. Side by side, sidekicks forever. So
I love that. You do not hear these stories. My parents have best friends, lifelong best friends that are a story like that. And it's like movies.
Yep. Yeah, we moved to California, lived there for 3 years, had my daughter, came home. He went back to school, had my son, and yeah, I became a grandma 2 years ago, 2024.
So over the holidays, you were doing a give back at Munson for something that I saw, and I don't remember that you've done so many that I don't remember the cause, because truly there's something, and you go into people's homes, companies, you really have creative ways to make it about more than coffee.
Yes. So in December, we actually gave back to Cherry Knolls Schools. One of the parents, she wanted to do something nice for the PTA and for the school. So she asked us, and we're like, yeah, definitely not a problem. We're doing the welcome home baskets all the way to the end of March, which is when you're homeless, you need certain things. And the welcome home basket is when you come home, when they actually give you a home, you get this basket, which has got all the necessities you need. So if you bring any item that's on the list, and it's on our website as well, on our social media, our Facebook pages, and it's in the store, in the two stores that have the lobbies. So West Bay and then East Bay. So 13936 West Bay and 748 Munson Avenue, Suite B. If you come into any one of those stores, you can actually see what they need, like toiletries or pillows or, blankets or towels. If you bring anything in, you get 25% off your whole order, not just one item, but 25% off your whole order. This way, they can have something to give back to the community, and they can also get something in return.
And I love that it's all the way through March. I just moved, right? And there's so many things you don't think about, so many things when you come into a place, but especially for people who have nothing and are just getting back on their feet and starting over. Every little thing matters. So I have the list. We will also post it. So many items. Just bring it into either location through the rest of the month. 25% off your whole order. Both locations, all of Northern Michigan, stop into either Traverse City location. What a beautiful way to help out. But I follow the social media, and you do beautiful things. It was more than the schools. You did something a week or two ago that wasn't either of the things we're talking about.
Yes, I actually did one for Grief Hub. Yes,
That's me.
That's you. I did that last Thursday. We donated $1 from each 24-ounce specialty beverage sold. So I still have to give you money. So I do have that list there. I know, right? It's exciting. Yeah, that Thursday, we made sure that we posted that everywhere. I know you posted it. So it was good. It was really good. And I'm glad that we can give back, and that was for Eating Disorder Week, I believe.
That was National Eating Disorder Awareness Week. Yeah. I see you in places. Everybody follow, look at Big B. You have different pages for each location, but you were in, maybe it was one of the schools that you were. It wasn't this. You were in a place. You have people do things like this, bring an item into the store, but you also will go to places to raise for a local cause as well.
Yes. We also did Power Book Bags in November. And that is for making sure that we have literacy throughout the whole community, whole town, whole everything, United States. So she's working through that as well. So that was one of our big goals that we did. Yes, I do go to fundraising events. If you need me, I'm there. I will help you. I will fundraise for you. I will definitely, the community is the huge thing. And we love our community.
How did you get so involved? And not all coffee shops respond when people reach out, are active in the communities? How did you make it part of Big B, Traverse City, to do these things?
Well, the reason I joined Big B was because of the fact that they give back to communities. I was missing something in my life, and I left corporate America to do Big B. And once I started in Alma, Gratiot County, oh my gosh, the outpouring, it was wonderful. And then I went to the Cadillac area, and I just sold the Cadillac store last year, but I'm all in Traverse City right now. I have 4 of them. In Traverse City, we have Chums Corner, Airport Road, East Bay, and West Bay. So I was missing something in my life. And the thing was to give back, and I don't pick and choose. I just do. Anybody that walks in the door and says, I need help, I just do. Yes, we can help you.
Melissa, I want to see if you have any questions, but I just moved away from the Chums Corner, and they know my dogs. Because, they would not have to say, do your dogs want a treat? My dogs would be, up, and they would have something ready. It is a community. They know you. And I don't really drink coffee that much, but I would go because they know my dogs, and I would be getting a prescription or something across the street. And they were so friendly and loving that I was like, well, I'm here. I have to go say hi. I'll go back to that location when I'm near there, just because of how friendly and how much they knew them and paid attention and had something ready when they saw my car coming.
Thank you. I do have really good staff. I'm very blessed.
In many other situations, people treat it like a casual high school job. And I really felt like people cared about me, my dogs. I was very well treated always. So you do have great staff.
Thank you. I will take that back to them and let them know, because, they are the front line. I do work the line once in a while, but not a lot. With 4 stores, it's kind of hard.
Melissa, what's it like? It's been a long time since I've been back in the Metro Detroit area, but I don't remember giving back in the coffee shops this way.
No. And as you remember, like back in the 90s, coffee houses were everything. Like I grew up in coffee houses. And those aren't around anymore. Like the community coffee house and community connection is such a rare thing to find. And it sounds like, Marianne, it's so much more than coffee. It's about community connection. And that's how we maintain and how we get through life, is through our connections. And to be able to have a business that has that. I mean, we're in the USA, so coffee is everywhere. Coffee is life for me personally. And to be able to have a coffee place and a business in that personal connection, like just knowing, Sam, your dogs, what their favorite thing is. And even though you don't enjoy coffee, you can still get that community connection and support. Thank you, Marianne, for all that you've done for not just the community, but for Grief Hub as well, as we celebrate 5 years.
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, yes, you guys are doing amazing things as well. And partnering with you is the best thing for me, because I have to tell you, when we can give back as a whole versus pieces and parts, even though we are pieces and parts, I can see the puzzle pieces behind you. When we can see, when we come together as puzzle pieces, I think that really helps the community. It makes the whole much bigger and better.
And the fact that you care that I like to look at all of these invisible awareness days, when I approached you and said there's something all the time, and you would be able to help me highlight this in a way that calendars don't.
Yes.
You said absolutely no problem. Other people, sometimes say give me a promotion, give me a pitch deck.
Yeah. No, we need to help each other out. That's what we're here for. You're not going to take the money. You're not going to take the stuff. You're only going to take the things that you do, and then you can live your life, in a way that is meaningful.
And you had the best ideas as we talked about what's coming up next. You said you had ideas for logos and things that we can create. So I don't know if we should spill the beans now, but even talking about future endeavors, it was collaborative, and let's design this, and let's make this together.
Yes, we're in this together, and the more people we can help, the better off we are. The world needs good people. So
Big Traverse City, everywhere, but the rest of March, bring in an item. We will post everywhere to have these welcome baskets for people getting back on their feet. And then we will be continuing to work together and have these give back days in honor of what I like to call the invisible awareness days and populations. There are so many important days and causes, but there are also ones that people don't know about. And so I just listed a ton that are happening in March. We have some in April that no one knows about. And Grief Hab is all about letting you know, because you matter, because no one should struggle alone, because there is always support available. Anything about Big B, about you, that we haven't talked about that you want the community to know?
Nope, we're always here for you.
Thank you for making time.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Melissa, do you want to talk a little bit about what has happened and what's going on with Common Ground?
It's been a struggle with our financial stuff and the stuff in the news and everything. I'm getting to attend a meeting hopefully in the next few weeks to figure out what our focus is. And honestly, I think it's an awesome opportunity to process the loss of our coworkers, the loss of programs, the loss of a foundation, or not a foundation, a loss of all the things that came from that strong foundation that we still have. So Common Ground, just circling around ourselves and figuring out what our next steps are while still supporting the community the best ways that we can, and going back to the basics on a lot of things and really focusing on what are the community needs.
For those of you who are unfamiliar, first of all, Melissa and I wouldn't be here together without Common Ground, which at one point was Common Ground Sanctuary, which was once the Sanctuary, an amazing organization that is all about giving back, funding throughout millions of organizations right now in this world. It has been lost, and programs have been cut, and things are changing. And so last week, When was it announced?
Well, technically it was announced back in December that we weren't sure what was happening. And then just last month it came to a head with some situations that were happening. So we're in the grieving process. Well, also we have to continue going. We have to continue. There's still people in the community that need support and support groups and community awareness and functions and all of that. So it's really about rebuilding on that strong connection of helping people move from crisis to hope. So
it is so much a part of who I am, how I function, how I operate. I mean, from paperwork and how I just have been taught to dot my I's and cross my T's. I did an episode recently about a 13-year-old who was able to finagle the system and set up a telehealth chart. And I was like talking to Barb, going, thank you for teaching me. And diligently, I had the referral source who sent me the client to reach out to. Otherwise, I would have had no adult to reach. But I would not be who I am, where I am, without years of common ground and the people and the practices in place that we grew up learning from. And so rebuilding, but also allowing space to say, like, grieving, how is this happening? What
over the last few years, there's been so many different transitions, but also I've been in this field for 31 years now, Sam, 31 years. And I lean on Barb so hard some days, but like all programs and agencies go through stages of transition. And we all know that if you don't continue moving forward, things are going to fall apart. So we're just continuing to move forward, and it's just a new transition, a new chapter, a new opportunity to maybe step away, whether it was forced or not, but step away from some of those things and really focus on what are our huge strengths in the community.
While making time to grieve. We are in a field that knows how to do that. The rest of the world hustles and pushes through. We know we have to do that.
Yeah.
So what's different about that? Like, I'm showing up today with ice behind my back in a whole lot of pain talking about it.
Yeah.
Other people would not acknowledge that and might pretend they were fine.
My hot water heater broke yesterday. I didn't wash my hair yesterday because I'm like, oh, I'll do it in the morning before, since I'm going to be on camera and all of that. And yeah, we don't get a choice some days. Life is going to life. Humans are going to human. Crisis is never convenient, and we still got to go on. So how do we do that? We just say, you know what? Today is not the best hair day, and that's okay. I got my friends to support me and find those connections.
There are people who would say she's talking about this, that's unprofessional, turn the channel. Not my people. The people who like healing, we know in order to heal, you cannot pretend you're fine.
Right.
So that is why I am not doing this because my story matters and it's more important than life. I'm doing this because there are people who think they have to put their pain on a shelf. They have to pretend they're fine to get through life.
Yeah.
And that is what is wrong in this world. And there are people who suffer and are in pain longer because they live according to that myth.
Yeah. I mean, we all know, especially in this field, there's times where we have to put a pin in it and do what needs to get done, help support the other people and all of that. Yet you and I, we've built our support networks, our spaces to say, hey, this isn't 100% right now, and that's okay. And then there's individuals who don't understand that you can live with the grief. Like it's not getting taken away from us. That's one thing that will never be ripped from me is my grief and that pain. That's not going anywhere. Finding people who can support me in those moments where I need to acknowledge, where I need to sit and say this hurts, whether it's physical or emotional, is important, while also having those people around where, we're here with you. What do we need to get done?
Learning things that I would have laughed at in the past. This was supposed to be a huge event in person today. I changed it to this before I knew my moving day changed. God bless America. Thank the Lord, right? I could not be on my feet doing this in person. Chaos of life, sending out the link late. Some people will be here momentarily. Some people might not be because I sent the link out late, right? Like, I'm older. I can't move the same way. My last move, my back didn't hurt the way it hurts this time. And we learn, you and I, we in this field learn to adjust and adapt to that. Some other people push through and end up on an operating table. Like,
Yes.
I am not doing that. Right. So I think it's also important that I have learned those things happened because I wasn't meant to have it in person. Old me would laugh and say, like, what signs?
I like to think of it as sometimes like a splinter. You may not even realize it happened in the moment, but if you don't acknowledge it and take care of it, it's going to fester. It's going to get gross. It's going to get infected. And then we may have to go to emergency services or take other action that's going to take us away from everything else. So handling that splinter and doing what you got to do. Give yourself some grace, Sam. We're here. At the end of the day, we made it. You're live and we have people. And that right there is huge.
And Grief Hab is part of it is acknowledging that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to make changes. It's okay to say no. Those things happen. I used to live according to the schedule. It would have been in person. I would have been on my feet, ending up in an operating table. There are people who do still follow those obligations.
Yeah.
And live. And I want people to know that the noise clouds those gut feelings that we know, right? Like, I knew there was something wrong with that in-person event before I knew I was changing my moving date. Like, the world happens and lives, and thank goodness I changed it. My moving day changed. For those of you who don't know, I moved. Can you tell? Oh, there's not a blank. There were blank walls behind me before. Now there's this little banner. What do people not know about you? I didn't introduce you. I wanted to start with Marianne. Melissa is on the board, I believe, is all I said. And we've known each other for a long, long time.
Yes, a few decades. You
have also been going through it.
Oh, always.
Always.
Life is going to life in some way. And I enjoy having caring, loving people in my existence and in my space. So therefore, stuff's going to happen where life is going to life. Hospital. We've had a lot of cancer scares recently. And my mother's husband is going through it, which means my mom's going through it. Having a kid in college and one in high school. It's just constant stuff with my husband. Luckily, we don't have any cat issues or pet issues right now. So,
kid in high school just had something major.
No. What? No, I don't think anything major. He did football and didn't get any injuries. But my daughter, a few weeks ago in high school or in college, she fell on the ice and got a concussion. But once again, she fell on the ice and was like, I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Just kept going about doing her stuff with her friends. Later that night, she let me know that she thought she hurt her wrist, but didn't tell me that she hit her head. Like, well, if your wrist hurts, you need to pause, be kind to yourself, and go to the doctor. Get it checked out. Because if you did hurt your wrist, whether it's just sprained, pulled, or if you might have fractured something, it's better to know and go and get it taken care of now and give yourself that pause rather than later on have bigger problems. So she ended up going to the ER the next day, where she does have a slight fracture in her wrist and had to get a brace. Nothing big, it was very small, but they did identify that she had a slight concussion. I'm like, child, this is that learning experience of you're allowed to pause. You're allowed to take care of you. You don't have to just take care of everybody else. So we had that discussion of what can you do if you ever, yes, medical bills are expensive. It takes out of your day. All of those, she didn't want to stop what she was doing with her friends, walking along campus and all of that stuff. And so it was a good learning experience for her. And I got to sit down and talk about the pause and go with your gut. If you feel that something isn't right, get it checked out. If you feel that something isn't happening the way you thought, talk it out. Like, get that support.
I have to do this now. Jim would have been here to be the one to say, you're going to the doctor today. Like, as soon as this episode ends, you are going to the doctor. When I had back surgery, I lived with so much pain. I thought it was just like, I thought it's not.
This is just my life now.
Right. Like, it's not, I didn't know at what point do you go in? It's not.
Yeah.
Wait, when are we supposed to take care of it? It's not bleeding. I'm mobile. I can function. By the time I went in, all of the options that would have been available were gone. All that they could do was surgery. Anything else, because I had waited so long. Right? So it's like we walk around and wait until we crash.
Mm-hmm. I like to always think, like, if I was talking to someone that I care about and they were saying these things, what would my response or expectation be? Go to the doctor. Go talk to someone. I'm wondering, have you talked to your therapist about this yet? Those type of things. So often we feel like such a burden, especially when it comes to things like grief. A burden on other people. My grief is a burden on other people. So I have to mask it. I have to pretend it didn't happen. And it's so exhausting. It is so exhausting. So finding a space where we can talk about those things, that just going through the grocery store, I can't break down in tears because something reminded me. Like, okay, but at least I can say I'm having this moment. I know where I can go to talk about it. I know where I can go to get that support. I know where I can go to break down and have that ugly cry. And that's with you. So it works. But so many people don't
say grocery store. Like, that was my biggest fear. That's everyone's biggest fear.
Yes. And I have done it. I have done it a few times.
Mine happened. Yeah.
Where it can be anything. The triggers for that deep grief or just that moment. I almost lost my mind at the grocery store the other day because the bagger wasn't bagging right. They were throwing my tomatoes on the bottom of the bag and threw all these cans on top of them. And Sam, I thought I was going to lose my mind. And I'm very a person of give each other grace, and they just didn't know better. And maybe they're having a bad day. And that was all out the window. That was out the window. But I was able to say to myself, this is more me right now. That's a warning sign that I need to take care of what's going on.
That's another one that we're not taught, right? Like, I know that now when I'm getting that wound up, am I okay? But
Yeah.
when did we learn that? Where do we learn that?
Unfortunately, through experience most of the time.
Your daughter had so much to do, didn't want to be a burden. That always happens. But I just want to point out my situation, like just not knowing,
Yeah.
thinking it's not a big deal. Also, like if we catch things early, no matter what it is, a hangnail or our emotions, they're so much easier to deal with than if we wait and let a headache. Tylenol does not work if
Don't chase the pain. Don't chase the pain, whether it's physical or emotional.
So yes. So now, whatever it is, I had Jim though. Like it was when we have our parents or we have those other voices to be our reason, to look out for us. Now just having to do it myself and be my own voice, there was that window of like, nobody's looking out for Jim's not here to say go to the doctor. Doing it for
Right.
yourself. I have learned I will not let myself suffer, but we have to find those gut feelings, those instincts,
And trusting in your own gut feeling.
little whispers from the universe, whatever they are, and listening to them over the noise from the universe.
Yes, because sometimes it is that noise of, well, this is going to be an expensive visit. My insurance may not cover it. What if it's nothing and they just laugh at me? Because most of us have gone to the doctor somewhere and they're like, yeah, it's nothing. You're fine. When it could be something huge. So it's like learning to tone out that noise and trust your own.
And find the right doctor.
Yes. Doctor, therapist, program. If they don't vibe with you, connect with you, you don't feel heard, it's okay to switch.
That's also learning your body. I knew something wasn't right. Certain doctors were not understanding and just trying to medicate, and I didn't want a pill. I wanted an answer. What is coming soon with you in Grief Hab? Are there plans for you to be doing more?
Hopefully. I would definitely love to help out in different ways.
When things settle in your life, Melissa will be helping out with groups. Life is crazy. Life is lifing.
Yes.
You wear 100 hats. So I did that on purpose. It's certainly never pressure. But you certainly have the experience, the grief. It's not a club we want anybody to be a part of, but
Yes, I would absolutely love to help support a group for people who've lost a child. That sucks. I mean, it does. There's no sugarcoating that one. As most of our things, you can't sugarcoat it. It sucks.
I think my website is being updated. So you can follow along, check out things if you want to see. We have our next event April. We're just into March. There's so many awareness months this month, but I'm excited about April's event. We have kicking it off. We'll have a Big B Day, which will be on Lost Dog Awareness Day, which is obviously special and near and dear, as mine are going nutty over here. And then the event itself will be at a location in Traverse City. It's called K&A Hop Dog. It's a dog-friendly venue, and there's it's Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Month, and it's also Worldwide Bereaved Spouses Month. And I'm seeing this connection between people who have lost a spouse and therefore have their pets. So I thought, as this venue is amazing, like let's do something together. And I'll always have all of the healings, right? So there will be healing through art, writing, animals, sound,
Love that.
movement, all of the things. But I thought it was a cool way to tie them together.
Heck yes. I mean, whew, pets are such a life-saving support.
They are playing over there. My guest next week on the 13th, I have an amazing guest this Friday on this show, but next Friday, the 13th, we have somebody who has an organization called Love Baxter. All about pets. Very, very, very cool.
Awesome.
So, what else is going on in the grief?
Oh, just wanting it to be warm again.
Oh, I divorced winter. The minute March hits, I'm like, it's spring.
Yes, I'm done. I'm not a fan of winter things. I mean, curling is great, and I grew up doing that stuff, but no, I don't like the cold anymore. So I'm done with winter right now, and I need some sunlight and some being outside. It's been rough, with my husband having some head issues going on with sound and migraines, and it's all vibration based. So being indoors is the worst thing, and very difficult. So not being able to get outside has definitely been a struggle.
Well, I'm not going to look at the weather because I don't know if you're telling me that we have anything bad coming, because it's been nice, and I'm going to pretend it's going to continue to be nice.
And I'm much farther south than you, so.
Usually it's worse up here, so.
Yes, very much so. So yes. I'm pretty sure we're on the upswing now.
Yeah.
You're going to have the Cherry Festival soon.
They started, you know how we, with Dream Cruise, we joke and we start putting pictures of like people with their lawn chairs out?
Yes.
That's what they're doing here now. They're putting pictures of people with.
I love that. Cherry Festival is so fun. It's such a wonderful community event.
And the community here is really special. I've missed it. It's so different than, I loved Colorado weather, but there was not that feeling for me. So it's been a beautiful experience returning to that.
And you're in a new location with a strong community, and it's just about to be spring. Ooh, good things are going to be happening.
We will be having a healing center in person. We will be able to bring groups to people in person.
That is amazing. That's wonderful.
I know I had more to announce. We were going to, Jennifer Home is a social worker, first responder with the police, who is supposed to be here. I sent her the link late, did not confirm an exact time. And I think she is actually on the force at 1. So if she's not here soon, we will absolutely have her back at some point. Abby from Help Blink Spark in the Dark, which is an amazing organization also. We will continue to promote and talk about all the Traverse City community giving back. But we can blame me and moving and getting caught up in the whirlwind. I know there was more going on with Grief Hab that I'm forgetting. I've packed up my brain. So if there's anything I'm forgetting, you can ask me. Listen to these two. You'd think I'd have a band over here. It's a 17-pound Boston Terrier, not the pit bull. I want it to be known that Dallas probably gets the blame. It is not. It is the Boston Terrier. For all who wonder. And I should look any questions in the comments. Thank you to everyone for being patient. I want to, moving seriously did something to my back. So by midday Sunday, before I left the old house, my back was killing me. I had to get here, get everything somewhat situated, And then yesterday, get through things and try to find what goes in the bathroom so that I could shower and be presentable for today. My whole goal was to make it through this episode and then decide, do I go to the doctor or do what? Because I know exactly what I need to do. Just need some of my injections in my back, but I'm in a new location, which means they're going to want to do my little imaging. So
I'm going to say it for you, Sam. Go to the doctor.
well, I know, but they might say like you have to go to the ER, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
just to get the imaging quicker. So, just uncomfortable. And when you are in pain, anyone who like your brain does not function the same way. I did not sleep the first night. I couldn't find where the Tylenol was. So last night I got the best night's sleep I've gotten since November, because you know, but the rest of the world might not. I moved because I was in this house that had no vents. It was the strangest thing I've ever experienced, but I have been frozen since it got really cold. So I got dressed and I had a turtleneck and a sweatshirt on, and I was like, oh my God, I don't need the turtleneck. I have heat. Like, I'm warm.
Yeah, right?
So it's just been adjusting. And thank you to all of my clients, community. You are the best for putting up with me and all of the adjusting. We will have Jennifer home and Spark in the Dark at some point in this month, but I got them the links late.
You got them out, though.
I did.
That's what matters.
Is there anything going on with Grief Hab that I have forgotten to? I talked about the event in April. I said the website has been updated.
Keep on the lookout for new exciting things happening. Because, Sam, you're one of the most creative people I've met and able to truly be that spider web of a community to connect all the things and all the people. And finding those strong individuals that believe in Grief Hab and the awesome work that you do.
Melissa is our Metro Detroit representation. One of the things about Grief Hab is that we are virtually represented anywhere. We are hiring. That's what I forgot.
Yes!
We're hiring. If you are a licensed clinician and would like to be a part of Grief Hab in person in the Northern Michigan, Traverse City area, we will be having an in-person opening our doors very soon, but virtually anywhere in Michigan and beyond. We can bill insurance anywhere. So if you want to support mental health and grief, if you have an expertise with grief, please reach out. We are expanding our services so that we can have a men's group, a young adult group, an LGBTQ plus group, all of the things. But that now can go beyond. So our vision is that Grief Hab will be in any and all places. So coming soon, we will have, again, Grief Hab Colorado, Grief Hab New Jersey, Grief Hab everywhere. I knew there was something I was forgetting.
Yes, that's a big one.
That's a big one. Whatever else I am forgetting, I will let you know Tuesday when I have unpacked and found more of my things. Love you all so much. Thank you for being patient with me and understanding the chaos of grief, of moving, of two dogs in new surroundings. Thank you, Melissa, for being my other half, my brain, my everything. And until next time, always be ruthless.